I think there are a lot of opportunities for apologetics. I mean, I know here in the UK, our organisation's been running a youth apologetics conference called Reboot. Now, the amazing thing about this, to me anyway, is a large number of people who come to this youth apologetics conference are actually not Christians. So at the last one a couple of weeks ago, out of about 1,000 or so people, I think it was slightly less than that, about 200 or so became Christians, during the course of the day, which is huge, which shows actually there's a hunger for people to ask these questions. When you live in a culture where people have rejected all the answers to these questions, it doesn't mean that people stop asking the questions. As a matter of fact, some of the questions become more desperate. And where do you go to raise those questions? What is the format? So I think the success of something like Alpha, Christianity Explored, anything which allows people to come and says it's okay to ask questions, it's okay to challenge this, it's okay to share what you think, has a broad-based appeal, so long as there's a sufficiently strong content behind it to actually give it some kind of direction. Nobody likes having a conversation that goes round and round in circles, never settles on anything, never agrees anything, never says anything, never defines or understands anything. Those kinds of conversations we can find frustrating and maybe pointless. But where the conversation itself is being guided and hosted by someone who's happy to welcome a broad range of questioning, but also there's enough of depth of resource there, I think it's going to find actually that there's a huge level of interest and openness. And I think just so long as that whatever resources we're using are clear, that the Christian faith isn't just simply an idea, it is actually ultimately about a person, then it can also be very fruitful as well. And we certainly have plenty of evidence of that. Even in the last week of doing this, we've seen a lot of people becoming Christians in a variety of different events. And I think that's partly down to trying to take people's questions seriously, giving them permission to ask the question, but also asking a few tough questions back while we're actually asking the questions themselves.